Once upon a time, in a small town in Spain, there lived a couple named Juan and Maria. They had been married for 5 years and were the perfect couple, always supporting and loving each other. However, their marriage had become monotonous, and they both yearned for a little excitement in their lives. One day, while Juan was at work, Maria decided to hire a maid to help her with the household chores. She interviewed several candidates and finally hired a young and beautiful woman named Sophia. Sophia was a seductive and sultry woman with long, curly black hair, deep brown eyes, and a voluptuous figure. She wore a dress that showed off her ample cleavage, and Maria couldn't help but feel a little intimidated by her beauty. Sophia started working for Maria the following week, and she quickly proved to be an efficient and reliable maid. She was also very flirtatious and would often make suggestive comments to Maria, who would brush them off with a laugh. One day, Juan came home early from work, and Maria was still at her office. Sophia was in the living room, dusting the furniture, when Juan walked in. She greeted him with a warm smile and introduced herself. Juan was taken aback by her beauty and couldn't help but stare at her cleavage. Sophia noticed his gaze and decided to take advantage of the situation. She moved closer to him and whispered in his ear, "I've been wanting to kiss you since I first saw you." Juan was shocked and took a step back, but Sophia didn't give up. She wrapped her arms around him and kissed him passionately. Just then, Maria walked in and saw them. She was devastated and ran out of the room in tears. Juan was filled with guilt and tried to follow her, but Sophia held him back. "Let her go," Sophia said. "She doesn't deserve you. I do." Juan was torn between his loyalty to Maria and his desire for Sophia. He knew he had made a mistake, but he couldn't deny the chemistry between them. Sophia sensed his weakness and decided to make her move. She unbuttoned her dress, revealing her lacy lingerie. Juan couldn't resist and pulled her closer, kissing her deeply. Maria, who had been listening from outside the door, couldn't believe what she was seeing. She felt betrayed and heartbroken. She ran upstairs to her room and locked herself in. Juan and Sophia continued their passionate encounter, unaware of the pain they were causing Maria. They moved to the bedroom and made love with a feverish intensity. The next morning, Juan woke up next to Sophia, feeling guilty and ashamed. He knew he had to talk to Maria and apologize for his actions. He got dressed and went to her room, but she refused to see him. "I never want to see you again," she said, her voice shaking with anger and sadness. "You betrayed me, and I can't forgive you." Juan tried to explain himself, but Maria wouldn't listen. She told him to leave and never come back. Juan packed his bags and left, knowing that he had lost the love of his life. He tried to contact Maria several times, but she ignored his calls and messages. Sophia, who had been listening from the other room, smiled. She had finally gotten what she wanted, Juan all to herself. But as she looked at his sad and defeated face, she realized that she had won a hollow victory. She had taken away someone's happiness, and she couldn't live with herself anymore. She packed her bags and left, leaving a note for Juan. "I'm sorry for what I did," she wrote. "I never meant to hurt you or Maria. I hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me." Juan never saw Sophia again, but he never forgot what she had done. He realized that he had taken Maria for granted and that he had been foolish to let her go. He spent the next few months trying to win her back, sending her flowers and apology letters. Finally, after much persuasion, Maria agreed to meet him. They met at a cafe, and Juan apologized for his actions. He told her that he had made a mistake and that he couldn't live without her. Maria looked at him, her eyes filled with tears. "I forgive you," she said, "but things will never be the same again. You broke my trust, and it will take time to rebuild it." Juan nodded, understanding the next depth of his mistake. He promised to do everything in his power to regain Maria's trust and to make her happy. Over the next few months, Juan worked hard to show Maria that he had changed. He helped with the household chores, cooked her favorite meals, and planned romantic dates. Slowly but surely, Maria began to trust him again, and their relationship started to heal. One day, Juan came home from work to find Maria waiting for him with a surprise. She was wearing a beautiful red dress that accentuated her curves and showed off her cleavage. "I wanted to thank you for everything you've done for me," she said, giving him a seductive smile. "I want to show you how much I love you." Juan was taken aback by her sudden change in attitude, but he was also delighted. He took her in his arms and kissed her deeply, feeling the passion and love between them. They made love that night with a newfound intensity, reaffirming their love and commitment to each other. From that day on, their relationship was stronger than ever, and they never looked back. As for Sophia, she left town and started a new life somewhere else. She realized that she had made a mistake and that true love was worth fighting for. She hoped that Juan and Maria would find happiness together and that they would forgive her for her past mistakes.
Please subscribe to my channel Lessons of Life and press the bell notification icon.